guys. We are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing What's the Difference?
Okay.
This is Dr. Dre featuring Xzibit and Eminem.
Okay.
Do you know it?
Uh, do I?
I'm not sure. I
I
mean,
don't know.
you may have heard it. You may have heard
Maybe.
me playing it, but yeah.
Maybe.
It's off Dr. Dre's album, Chronic 2001.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm not recognizing it by name, but like I guess we'll see.
Yes. And shout out to a few people
Oh
requested it.
yeah. It was Christian and Real G
Yeah.
requested it.
Top G. Real G. Yeah.
That's what it said. It was Real
No,
G.
I know Top G is, what's his name? Andrew Tate.
Oh, I don't know who
Yeah.
that
It's a joke.
Um, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all social media channels. The links in the description below.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
What's the difference between me and you? Me and you. Me and you. What's the difference between me and you? Me and you. Me and you. Back when Q was rolling with Lorenzo in a Benzo, I was banging with a gang of instrumentals. Got the pens and pencils, got down to business. But sometimes the business end of this shit can turn your friends against you. But you was a real nigga, I could sense it in you. I still remember the window of the car that you went through. That's fucked up, but I'll never forget the shit we've been through. And I'ma do whatever it takes to convince you. Cause you my nigga, Doc, and easy, I'm still with you. Fuck the beef, nigga, I miss you, and that's just being real with you. You see, the truth is, everybody wanna know how close me and Snoop is, and who I'm still cool with. Then I got these fake ass niggas I first flew with, claiming they non-violent, talking like they spit venom in interviews, speaking on reunions, move units, then talk shit, and we can do this. Until then, I ain't even speaking your name. Just keep my name out of your mouth, and we can keep it the same, nigga. It ain't that I'm too big to listen to the rumors, it's just that I'm too damn big to pay attention to them. That's the difference.
What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style with straight coaches. What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style with straight coaches.
All right. So you recognize the
Yeah, I
beat?
recognize it.
All right. So it starts off with Fish. I have never
I
heard,
don't know
I
who Fish
never knew
is.
who this was. But apparently he's the
Isn't that
one.
a band?
Yeah, so it's not the same, it's not them. But yeah, so he's saying, what's the difference between me and you? That's how it starts. That's obviously the theme of the song.
Yeah.
So Dr. Dre starts off saying, back when Cube was rolling with Lorenzo in a Benzo, I
Is
was
that like
banging.
Ice Cube?
Yeah, so Ice Cube, and then Lorenzo is MC Ren of NWA.
Oh.
So it's back when Cube was rolling with Lorenzo in a Benzo. I was banging with a gang of instrumentals. So he's a producer. He makes beats.
So like a Mercedes Benz and like a Xanax?
No, just a Mercedes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He says, got the pens and pencils, got down to business, but sometimes the business end of this shit could turn your friends against you. So he's talking about linking up with Ice Cube and MC Ren.
Yeah.
They ended up forming NWA.
Okay.
And he says they got down to business, they started writing, started making music. But then he says sometimes the business end of shit can turn your friends against you. So, business fucks things up.
Yeah, definitely. They always say like don't get into business with friends or family.
yeah,
It's always a bad idea.
for sure.
Just have like a strict like you just meet someone like, hey, let's form a business, or you know them from work already.
Yeah. And then he says, but you was a real dude. I could sense it in you. I still remember the window of the car that you went through. That's fucked up,
Jeez.
but I'll never forget the shit we've been through. And actually, let me continue it before I go over that. Never forget the shit we've been through. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to convince you, because you're my dude, Doc, and easy, I'm still with you.
Okay.
So when he says, I still remember the window of the car that you went through. He's referring to the DOC, who was with NWA. He's another.
Another member?
So yeah, I don't know if the DOC was actually a member of NWA or affiliated with them, but whatever. Either way, this whole little part of the verse is
It's
referring
like
to
about
him.
them.
Yeah, he was in a car accident. He got hurt and messed up his career.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, so he's still alive. But he says, I remember the window of the car that you went through. That's fucked up, and I'll never forget the shit we've been through. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to convince you, that he still has love and
But
respect for him.
yeah.
And then he says, "Cause you're my dude, Doc, and easy, I'm still with you. Fuck the beef, I miss you, and that's just being real with you." So that's Easy E.
Okay.
So he died of AIDS in the 90s. He was another member of NWA. So he's saying, and so they had like an ugly split.
Oh.
Easy E, yeah, he went on. They were making diss tracks back and forth. It was not good. So Dr. Dre is saying, "I'm still with you. Fuck the beef, forget all that shit. I just miss you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because he's dead.
yeah.
Yeah, because I miss you, and that's just being real with you." And he says, "You see, the truth is, everybody want to know how close me and Snoop is, and who I'm still cool with." So obviously Snoop Dogg. People asking him, "Hey, are you guys best friends?"
So weird.
And then who he's still cool with. He says, "Then I got these fake ass dudes I first blew up, got famous with, claiming that they nonviolent, talking like they." So I believe he says ruthless there. Apparently on an original version of the song, you can hear him say that. But on this, you hear "Do Not Resist the Beat." So Ruthless Records was a record, their NWA's record label, I believe, right? And so "Do Not Resist the Beat" is a sample from another song. I think it might even be called "Do Not Resist the Beat."
Okay.
So it goes back to the line before. I got these fake ass dudes I first blew with, claiming they nonviolent, talking like they're ruthless, and says "Do not resist the beat." Spit venom in interviews, speaking on reunions, move units, and then talk shit, and we can do this. Until then, I ain't even speaking your name. Just keep your name out of my mouth, and we can keep it the same.
Okay.
So I do believe there's a little bit of controversy of who exactly he's speaking to. So there's DJ Yella, who's another member of NWA.
Oh.
So I think
So like they're all just really not on good terms.
yes. So he in this whole verse he's addressing every member of NWA that he was in.
Okay.
So
Snoop Dogg was in it?
he wasn't in it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
Snoop.
didn't think so.
No. Dr. Dre, he got Snoop Dogg on, he made beats for him. They got famous like that. But so I believe it's Yella that he's referring to. I read something, it might have been on Genius about that it could have been DJ Quick, but whatever. He's referring to another one of the NWA group members who is talking shit about them because they were trying to do a NWA reunion, even though Eazy was dead, just the other members because they're broken up.
Yeah.
And he was talking shit about it, this guy, which I think it was Yellow, but either way, it's one or the other.
Okay.
And then he says, move units, then talk shit, and we could do this. So go make some sales, go,
Yeah.
sell some shit, and then we could talk
That
about
would like help him, right?
about doing a
Because I don't even know
reunion.
who that is.
Yeah. And then he says, "Until then, I ain't even speaking your name. Just keep your name out of my mouth, and we could keep it the same." And he says, "It ain't that I'm too big to listen to the rumors. It's just that I'm too damn big to pay attention to them. That's the difference." And then we go into the chorus, which is, "What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style and straight coasting."
Okay.
So just talking shit. So big dog style, it's kind of a play on Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style, but
Yeah, I was thinking
big,
that.
but the name, like the slang, like big dog, like, oh, like the man,
Yeah.
and then straight coasting. So I don't know if that's like a reference to like jet setting between the coasts, you know what I mean, of the country.
Or you're just like chilling.
Yeah. So it's
Maybe.
one or the other, both. I don't know. Not exactly sure. And then that just repeats again.
Okay.
So we will pick up with Xzibit.
Exhibit.
Yes.
You should be.
The big dog style was straight coast.
Yo, I stay with it
while you try to perpetrate and play with it. Never knew about the next level until Dre did it. I stay committed while you motherfuckers babysit it. I smash the critics like an overhand right from Riddick. Come and get it, shitted on villains by the millions. I be catching bitches while bitches be catching feelings. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? I pop bottles and hot hollow points at each and all of you. Come on, a heartless bastard, high and plastic. My style is like the reaction from too much acid. Never come down, patch it around. You can't handle it. Hang Hollywood niggas by they soul trade laminates. What's the difference between me and you? About 5 bank accounts, 3 ounces and 2 vehicles. Until my death, I'm Bangladesh. I suggest you hold your breath till ain't nothing left. Yo, that's the difference.
What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style with straight coaches. What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style with straight coaches.
So, Exhibit.
I liked his verse better than Drake.
Really? That's cool. I like Exhibit's verse too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so Dre's talking about a lot of his personal shit, which is cool, and it gives an update on the NWA group member status with each other, but I agree. I think Exhibit's verse is sick here.
Yeah, it caught my attention more.
Yeah.
Honestly, most likely probably because I know absolutely nothing about NWA.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who was in it, so that was just confusing for me in the first place.
Yeah.
And I'm also like severely tired because I've been up since 4:30 in the morning and I'm not really present, but I'm trying.
Yeah,
We're
no.
trying.
So also I mean I agree. So we were obviously very young
Yeah, I
when
don't think I
NWA came out.
know. I don't think I know their music.
Yeah, I'm not big on them. You know what I mean? It was a little before my time, but
Yeah.
I know some of their shit, obviously. So Exhibit starts off saying, "Yo, I stay with it. Why you tried to perpetrate and play with it. Never knew about the next level until Dre did it." So he says he stays with it.
The next level.
So yeah, so that's a play. That's a play on literally, like you get to the next level of
Yeah, like
something.
being like a better rapper or more famous.
Yeah, but he has a song called Dre has a song called Next Level.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Just
funny.
like next episode, you know what I mean? So
Oh, okay.
so it's a
Okay.
play. So it's a play on that. So he says, "I stay with it," meaning stay with his rapping, his
So it's like a double
skills.
entendre.
Yes. And then he says, "Well, you try to perpetrate and play with it." So I guess it's the general you. I'm not sure if he's directly talking to anybody in this bar particularly.
Maybe.
And then he's saying that people never knew about the next level until Dre did it. He says, "I stay committed while you motherfuckers babysitted. I smashed the critics like an overhand right from Riddick." So he's saying,
What is that?
okay, so he says he stays committed while you motherfuckers babysitted. I interpret this as like he's literally talking about people babysitting.
Well, he says I stay committed while you motherfuckers babysitted, like while they're being babysat.
So, but
'Cause
he's
they're
saying
babies.
babysitted. So
Well, it sounds
maybe
like you being if I was like you motherfuckers babysitted, that means like
being babysitted.
you're being babysitted.
So I
Or
would.
I guess it could mean that you're doing the babysitting, but I think it's the former.
So I agree. The way you're interpreting it makes more sense and sounds better.
That's what
But
it sounds
the way I'm
like to
hearing it,
me.
it sounds like he's saying that they're doing the babysitting and not being babysitted. Either
It's
way,
like babysitting.
if they're the ones being babysitted, it makes sense. He's saying,
Yeah.
since you were babies, I've been fucking doing my thing. You know what I mean? When you were,
It's like he just left out the word "are," like while you motherfuckers are babysitting,
yeah,
babysat, whatever.
yeah.
It makes
Either
sense to
way,
me.
we get it. And then he says, "I smashed the critics like an overhand right from Riddick." So Riddick Bowe was a boxer.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the Chronicles of Riddick,
Yeah.
and I was getting confused.
So Riddick Bowe beat Mike Tyson. I'm not sure if he's I always get confused if it was Riddick Bowe or Buster Douglas that beat Mike Tyson first. I don't
Can't
know.
help you there.
But either way, he was a big, popular, good boxer, Riddick Bowe. So
Okay.
he smashes critics like a boxer. And then he says, "Come and get it. Shitted on villains by the millions. I be catching bitches while bitches be catching feelings."
That's a good line.
Yeah, I know. It sounds good too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So shitting on villains by the millions. So millions of villains, I guess rap opponents. Whoever his foe or enemy is, shitting on them, and then he catches bitches while they're catching feelings. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? I pop bottles and hot hollow points at each and all of you.
Some bullets.
So yes, he's popping bottles and he's popping.
And not just any type of bullets, hollow point bullets.
Yes, he's popping hot hollow points.
And they're hot.
Yeah, yeah, because they're being fired.
Or stolen.
Stolen bullets.
Stolen
That's
hollow
funny.
point bullets. Those do damage.
Yeah, they do. And then he says, "A heartless bastard, high and plastered."
That's a good line.
Yeah, I know it's sick. My style is like the reaction from too much acid.
I laughed at that. That's cool.
Yeah, overwhelming, disorienting,
Ah,
like sick. Never come down. Pass it around if you can't handle it. Meaning, if you can't handle smoking, pass it. You know what I mean?
okay.
And he says never come down because obviously he's constantly smoking and high.
So just all high references.
Yeah. Yes. And then he says hang Hollywood dudes by their Soul Train laminates. So
What does that mean?
Soul Train. So you've never heard of like the Soul Train Awards?
No.
So yeah, I mean they do like an award show for soul music. It's kind of like R&B. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
never heard of that. I've never heard of the
The Soul
award
Train.
or the award
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
yeah, you'll occasionally see on TV the Soul Train Awards. So the laminate from Soul Train, he's hanging Hollywood people by them,
Okay.
you know. And then he says, "What's the difference between me and you? About 5 bank accounts, 3 ounces, and 2 vehicles."
That's a good line.
Yes.
And it's probably a lot more now.
Yeah, for sure. Then he says, "Until my death, I'm Bangladesh. I suggest you hold your breath till there ain't none left." Yo, that's the difference. So the Bangladesh line,
Is he from there?
he's not, as far as I
No.
know. No. So the I actually looked this up today because I knew we were doing this, and I was like, "What the fuck is that referring to?"
Yeah.
So what I read was that Bangladesh had like I don't know if this is right. They had like lax like weed laws, so they were like a very like open,
So you could just like smoke
society.
weed.
So that's at least one of the interpretations that I got of this line.
Is that like
It's
until
that-
he dies, he'll just be smoking weed
Yeah,
forever?
like it's legal. Yeah,
Forever.
exactly. And then he says, "I suggest you hold your breath till there ain't none left," which is funny.
Okay,
He
so
says-
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's right.
Yeah, because then that's a play on the smoking weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then we did the chorus again. And
Yes.
then we gotta hear the tail end of it because Eminem comes in before it finishes.
In the chorus?
Yeah, his verse starts before it finishes up completely.
Okay.
I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style.
Alright, hold up. Stop the beat a minute. I got something to say. Dre, I wanna tell you this shit right now. Why this fucking weed is in me. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I love you, dog. I got your motherfucking back.
Right.
Just know this shit.
Slim, I don't know if you noticed it, but I've had your back from day one, nigga. Let's blow this bitch.
I mean it, dog. You ever need somebody off? Whose throat is it?
Well, if you ever kill that Kim bitch, I'll show you where the ocean is.
Well, that's cool, and I appreciate the offer. But if I do decide to really murder my daughter's mama, I'ma sit her up in the front seat and put sunglasses on her and cruise around with her for 7 hours through California and have her waving at people. Then drop her off on the corner at the police station and drive off honking the horn for her. Raw dog, get your arm gnawed off. Drop the sword off and beat you with the piece of a sword off of. Fuck blood, I wanna see some lungs coughed up. Get shot up in the hot tub till the bubbles pop up and they nose and cough snot up. Mucus and hot water. That's for trying to talk like the chronic was lost product. That's for even thinking of having them thoughts thought up. You better show some respect whenever the doc's brought up. So what's the difference between us? We can start at the penis, or we can scream, I just don't give a fuck and see who means it.
What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style with straight coaches. What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style with straight coaches. What's the difference between me and you?
All right.
Oh my God, that was so much. And I'm like so tired and delirious. I'm just like,
Yeah.
going on?
This is a crazy fucking verse.
Whoa.
Okay, so he comes in and he literally is screaming, "All right, hold up, hold up."
Oh, wait, before you get into the explanation, when
Mhm.
did this come out? Do you know?
So this was on Dr. Dre's album, The Chronic 2001, which we talked about, came out in '99.
So this was like on par with the Slim Shady LP?
Yeah, so this is before the Marshall Mathers LP. Yeah, this should be. So actually, yeah, I believe they're the same year they must have been
Because that's
released.
what because the way he's rapping, it reminds me
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, they're wild shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, he says, "Stop the beat a minute. I got something to say, Dre. I want to tell you the shit right now while this fucking weed is in me." And you do kind of hear the beat like slow. I don't know if it completely stops, but it does like slow.
Yeah, like a little.
Yeah, some of it is removed. At least some of the background vocals. I feel like I still hear some sort of music, whatever.
Yeah.
But whatever. So he's like, "I want to tell you the shit right now while this fucking weed is in me." And then you hear Dr. Dre say, "What the fuck?"
That's funny.
And he says, "I don't know if I ever told you this, but I love you, dog. I got your motherfucking back. Just know
Aw,
this shit." And you hear Dre say, "Right."
sweet.
And then Dr. Dre says, "Slim, I don't know if you noticed it, but I've had your back since day one. Let's blow this bitch." And then Eminem says, "I mean it, dog. You ever need somebody offed? Whose throat is it?" And then Dr. Dre says, "Well, if you ever kill that Kim bitch, I'll show you where the ocean is."
Oh, jeez.
So there he's expressing his gratitude to Dr. Dre, saying that he has his back, and then
And that goes back to like that song where he killed her that we went over.
yes, so
Because he threw her in the ocean.
there's a few references to things here. And then Dr. Dre obviously is saying, "I've always had your back, you know." He's like, "I'm here for you." And then Eminem's like, "No, I'm serious." He's like, "I'll fucking kill somebody for you." He's like, "Just let me know." And then he's like, "Well, no." He's like, "Well, if you ever kill that Kim bitch, I'll show you where the ocean is." Meaning, I got your back too. If you need to get rid of a
I'll help
body,
you.
I'll show you how to do. I'll show you where to do it.
Show you how to do it.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Yeah. And then he says, "Well, that's cool, and I appreciate the offer, but if I do decide to really murder my daughter's mama, I'm gonna sit her up in the front seat
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
and put sunglasses on her."
It's
And
oh, we get a
exactly,
Bernie's.
that's what it is.
It's like
And
the Joe Biden show.
yeah. He says, "And cruise around with her for 7 hours through California and have her waving at people."
Like literally, we get a Bernie's.
And then you hear the hi. And then he says, "Then drop her off at the corner at the police station and drive off honking the horn for her." So I do want to make note. So let me go back here real quick. So when Eminem comes in and he goes, "All right, hold up, stop the beat a minute. I got something to say." So you know the song "Lighters" by Eminem, Royce the 5'9", and Bruno Mars.
Can you sing?
Yeah, so I think we did this already in a video. It's the one where Bruno sings the chorus. It's like, "This one for you and me, living out our dream." You know that song?
Can you sing it more?
No, fuck you. But do you know it? So in the in Royce the 5'9's verse, he has a line where he says, "And I don't need to stop the beat a minute to tell I forget if he says Slim or M that I love him the way he did Dr. Dre on the Chronic." And that's a reference to this part of this song right here.
Okay.
So he's saying, "Yeah, I don't need to stop the beat to let him know that I love him," even though it's weird because he is telling Eminem that he loves him the same way Eminem told Dr. Dre, but the beat,
Just like calling back.
yeah, but the beat doesn't need to stop. So
They
he's
do
doing
that
it
a lot.
over the beat.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, it was a callback to this, which was like
Yeah,
20
a
years
million years
prior.
ago. Yeah, I feel old.
Yeah.
Wow. It wasn't a million years ago. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole little weekend at Bernie's scheme here. And then he continues by saying, "Raw dog, get your arm gnawed off, dropped the sword off, and beat you with the piece it was sawed off of."
My
I
God.
fucking love that line.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love that.
It's very
So
crazy.
he's saying he's raw, you'll get your arm gnawed off, and then he'll drop the sword off shotgun and then beat you with the piece that was sawed off.
Sawed off.
Yeah, that's so funny. And then he just gets increasingly aggressive, with his rhymes, his
Yeah.
delivery. He says, "Fuck blood. I want to see some lungs coughed up." Instead of coughing up blood, he wants to see people coughing up their lungs. He says, "Get shot up in the hot tub till the bubbles pop up in their nose and cough snot up, mucus in hot water." And then he says, "That's for trying to talk like the chronic was a lost product." So
Who's talking
the
like that?
I don't know. So I guess Dr. Dre haters.
Oh.
And then he says, "That's for even thinking of having them thoughts thought up." So if you actually inspect that line, so he's not only saying he's going to kill you for thinking that the Chronic was lost product, like it wasn't great or whatever. He's going to kill you for thinking about thinking that, thinking about having those thoughts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, that's even thinking of having them thoughts thought up. Yeah, it's crazy. You better show some respect whenever the doc's brought up.
Okay.
So what's the difference between us? We could start at the penis, or we can scream, I just don't give a fuck, and see who means it. So I just don't give
Another
a fuck.
callback. That's the other song that we went
Yeah, his
over.
song. Yes. And we'll see who means it. And
Hmm.
then, yeah, that's it. You just hear the chorus till it finishes.
So it was interesting. When they went over Exhibit's verse, I was like, oh, that was really good. I like that one better than Dr. Dre's verse. And then I was like, I wonder if Eminem is gonna do better than Exhibit. And I was like, okay, yeah, he did Exhibit.
He went crazy on this fucking song.
Yeah, that was good. It was shocking. Definitely woke me up. I
Yeah,
think I'm tired again now, but like I was like,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, well, it's
So,
good.
yeah, I mean, so I'm assuming, I mean, you recognize the beat. You
Yeah,
said,
I like don't listen to the verses. Like
yeah,
if you're just like playing the song and I'm like off in another room, or if we're playing it in the car and I'm like sitting there staring out the window, like, I'm not really listening. Like I hear
yeah,
the chorus because like how can you not?
yeah, of
But
course.
the verses, they're all new to me.
Yeah, no, I love this. My brother had this album, the Chronic
Really.
2001, and I would listen to Forgot About Dre and this just because of Eminem.
Yeah.
So like I was obsessed with these two songs. But yeah, it's great. It's an amazing fucking feature.
Yeah, it's a good
They
song.
were all
Definitely
cool.
good.
Dr. Dre was cool. Exhibit was good. Eminem was crazy. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, this is a classic Eminem verse.
Yeah, and I would say that if I knew NWA like that, then I probably would have had more like understanding and
Yeah.
respect for Dr. Dre's verse, but I just kept wondering who all these people were.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was lost on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good song. Thank
Yes.
you to Christian and the Real G for recommending it.
Suggesting it. Yes, for sure.
Right. I'll see you
All right.
guys tomorrow.
Bye.